So this video is going to be the first one on mass density and volume problems. So the formula is that the density equals mass divided by volume. Now again, I like to use the formula triangles like we did for speed, distance, time, and a good way to remember where they belong in that triangle. The only one that's important to remember where it goes is actually the top one. These two here don't matter which order you put them in. Now, the way I remember what goes at the top is to think of the McDonald's M, which is usually on a pole like that. And so here's your pole, and the M has to go on the top like that, like McDonald's. So then the other two, the D and the V, they don't matter where they go, which one. So I'm going to go for that, but it really doesn't matter. After that, it's very, very similar to the speed, distance, time formula triangle, so you just need to cover up the one you're trying to find. It's worth just checking, are your units matching up to the units down here? So for example, if we want kilograms, is it in kilograms? Yes it is. Is the volume in meters cubed? Yes it is. So it's just worth just having a quick check that all the units look like they're matching up, because sometimes you might have to change one of these first. So if I'm trying to find the density, so McDonald's M, and I would cover up the D because I'm trying to find density. This means then I've got to do M divided by V because the one is above the other, isn't it? So M divided by V, so I'm going to get my mass, which is 480. So just make sure you do the division in the right order. Make sure you always start on the top one and then divide it by the one underneath. So it'd be 480 divided by the volume, which is 12, and so that would be 40, and then the units are kilograms per metre cubed. So next one, we're trying to work out the density. So I'm just going to read all this just so I can cover it up. So McDonald's M. So this time I'm trying to work out the mass, aren't I actually? So cover up the M. And then I need to do the density times the volume. So a quick check of the units. Centimetres cubed is matching up to that one. So that's fine. And we can see that our density is grams per centimetres cubed. So the mass when I get my answer is going to be in grams because that's what the density is in. So I just need to do density times volume, so 8 times 12, which is 96, and the units, like I said, would be grams. The next one then, so this time we're trying to work out the volume. So here's my triangle. This time I'm trying to work out volume, so cover up the V. So I need to do the mass divided by the density. So a quick check of the units, so centimetres cubed, grams and grams, that all looks good. So I'm just going to do mass divided by density, so 80 divided by 20, so that's going to be 4, and it says it anyway, but it's in centimetres cubed. If it didn't say that there, you just check up there, and that will tell you what your volume must be in. But the final one then I have just made a little bit trickier. So we're trying to work out the density. So I know I need to cover up this, and I need to do the mass divided by the volume. Now, when you quickly check your units, this is why it is always worth checking. This one is in kilograms, this one is in grams. So therefore, I'm going to have to, because we want our answer to be in grams per centimetres cubed, I need to change this into grams first. Now, there's 1,000 grams in a kilogram, so I need to times that by 1,000 to change it into grams. So it would be 1830, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, that's right. So 18,300 grams. So to work out the density, I'm now going to do 18,300 divided by the volume, so 890. And it does say for 3 significant figures, so just a reminder of that if you're not sure. So here's my answer. 3 significant figures means you want to round a third digit. You would normally ignore any zeros at the beginning, but you include the zeros when they're in the middle like that. So we don't have any zeros at the beginning. So 2 is the first one, 0 is the second one, 5 is the third one. So that's the one I'm looking to round. It's got a 6 after it, which is bigger than 5. So therefore that needs to round up to a 6. So it would be 20.6, and then the units are grams per centimetres cubed.